Hello everyone, I am back from my holiday. I feel relaxed and refreshed and ready to get back to filming videos, which I'm really excited about. Let me know how your week was. If you did anything exciting, I would really love to know. So obviously I am back today with a back to schools recommendation book list for you. So I know that a lot of you who are going back to school or uni or college, you maybe would have been back for a week or so now, but this is just the first opportunity I had to upload this video. So all of the books I'm going to talk about in this video are either set in or around schools, and I've tried to create a kind of broad spectrum. So I have books that are set in high schools, books that are set in colleges and uni, and a few books that are set in primary schools. So I've tried to include a wide range, so hopefully it's accessible to pretty much everyone watching this. So as I said, these are recommendations, so these are all books that I personally have enjoyed. Obviously not all of these books will be your kind of thing, but I personally have really enjoyed all of them. So the first one I'm going to talk about is a book that I read and reviewed recently, so you probably would have seen it in a few of my recent videos, and that is My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. This is about two girls, Abby and Gretchen, who are best friends at high school, and Gretchen becomes possessed by the devil, and it's about Abby's struggle to enlist an exorcist and get her friend back to where she was. It's predominantly about the power of female friendship and the beauty that can be an eternal friendship, but it is so much more than a demon possession story, and I would recommend it to anyone who has a lifelong best friend, but also someone who likes obviously the kind of horror possession side of books as well. So yeah, I actually read a whole load of metaphors into the kind of demonic possession as well. I will actually leave my full review of this book in the description down below if you guys would be interested in maybe reading that before you pick it up. But this is a book that it has been out a few months, but I'm not sure how many people would have seen it around or read it or anything like that. So I felt that it was worthy definitely of a back to school recommendation. The next book is Ketchup Clouds by Annabelle Pitcher. I absolutely love Annabelle Pitcher. I have a couple of her other books as well. This is about a girl who starts writing to a man who is on death row because she feels a connection with him, because she holds a lot of guilt and a lot of baggage from her past. And obviously through these letters we do see a lot of her life. We see a lot of her life at school, a lot of her life with her friends and her family, and it's a very emotional book, but it's also very kind of easy to get through. Like, it's not too heavy, but it does have that kind of tinge of sadness and tinge of emotion that makes YA contemporaries great. So yeah, definitely recommend Ketchup Clouds, but also all of Annabelle Pitcher in general. The next book is kind of school-ish, although not in the traditional sense, and that is Only Ever Yours by Louise O'Neill. And this is a book that I know I've mentioned before. Basically this is set in a kind of thing that they call schools, but it's not really an actual school in the traditional sense. It's set in a world where girls are made in things called schools, and they are trained to be the perfect wife. And obviously there's a lot of feminist connotations that are explored in this. There's a lot of dark but very realistic elements in it as well. So if it sounds like your sort of thing, it did win the YA Book Prize of 2015. So if that's anything to go by, then obviously take note of that. But I absolutely adored it. I love Louise O'Neill as a writer. So yeah, I mean, I would say it's probably a dystopian, but it's definitely more on the real side of dystopian than your traditional YA dystopian. So yeah, definitely recommend that. The next one is set in a primary school, and it is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. I know this is a really popular book. It's about August, who has a facial deformity, and basically just his struggle through primary school. Obviously we all know that kids that age can be very cruel, and it's him basically coming to terms with who he is and finding friends who accept him. And it's a beautiful middle grade contemporary that I would recommend to literally anyone. It's actually probably quite an important book as well. I think it would make you a better person if you read about August and his story, and it's just gorgeous. I recommend it to literally anyone. The last one is a book that I've not read all the way through, but I have dipped in and out of, and that is Geektastic Stories from the Nerd Herd. This is obviously a collection of short stories about geeks, and not just school-age geeks or college-age geeks, it's about adult geeks as well. But it's I've absolutely loved all the stuff that I've actually read from this. As I said, I haven't read all of them, but it's got short stories from a lot of mostly YA authors. So it's edited by Holly Black and Cecil Castellucci, and it's got stories from M.T. Anderson, Libba Bray, Cassandra Clare, John Green, Hope Larson, David Levithan, Kelly Link, Barry Liger, Tracy Lynn, Wendy Mass, Garth Nix, Brian Lee O'Malley, Cynthia and Greg Letish Smith, Scott Westerfeld, Lisa Yee, and Sarah Zar. So it's obviously every single story is dealing with something geeky or nerdy in it, and it's got some really, really lovable characters from what I can tell so far. So I felt that that would be a kind of light thing that you could dip in and out of while you were busy with schoolwork and things like that. So felt it worthy to be included in this recommendations video. I also have a couple of other books that I don't actually physically have to show you, but I would just like to recommend. So I would also recommend The Duff by Cody Keplinger and all of the spin-offs that have come from that book. It's really funny, really enlightening, just a really kind of light, easy read that you would want to escape to if your schoolwork is getting you down. And also a book that I am currently reading on my Kindle, and that is Vicious by V.E. Schwab, and that is set in a college. It's about two roommates, Victor and Eli, who are basically on a mission to prove that extraordinary or superheroes exist for their thesis. So it is really interesting so far, and I'm only a third into it, and I didn't put it on my TBR, so it is a kind of surprise read for me this month. But obviously when I finish it, I will talk more about it. I will talk about it probably in great detail in my wrap up, but I am really, really loving it so far. So that is it for my back to school recommendations. Do you think you will pick up any of them? Let me know. I hope those of you who have gone back to school or college or uni are enjoying your new school year so far. Again, I would be really interested to know all of that. As usual, I will leave all my social media in the description down below. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye bye.